Hey guys, it's Siobhan Muir. Hang on a second. I think the image is really light. Let's do this a little bit. Hey, I'm a little less washed out. Hi, it's Siobhan Muir. I know I'm kind of quiet right now. In the middle of the night last night, I was dreaming like any ordinary person dreams, and I woke up with the inability to breathe. It was well, frankly, it was frightening, and it felt like someone had driven a railroad spike, which is a piece of metal about that long, sorry, that long, and about, I don't know, an inch square, or maybe an inch and a half square, driven it right through the left side of my chest. And I couldn't take a deep breath. And when you're asleep, you breathe deep and you lie there and hope that you can breathe. And so in the middle of the night when you wake up with this, it's excruciating. I couldn't take a deep breath. It was frightening to me. Turns out that what I had done is I had pulled what's called an intercostal. If you look in, and hot men are really excellent for examples of showing what intercostals look like. I'm trying to think if I have a picture here that really shows some great intercostals. But intercostals are the muscles that go in between your ribs, not only up at the top, but down below. And men, when they work out, they have these wonderful intercostals. I don't think I can show you. I don't have a picture. But that said, so I've pulled one of these. I've pulled one of these muscles, and it's up here in my upper chest. So taking a deep breath has been uh, less than fun. And my husband's looking at me like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Can't breathe." Uh, so yeah, um, I'm slathered myself up with, you know, Tiger Balm and use Panaway oil, which helps relieve some of the pressure. And I'm telling you, it's rough stuff. So yeah, so here. I am awake. I do have my mug of warm goodness to drink. Are y'all drinking this morning? And what are you drinking? A lot of folks. Of course, depending on where you are in the world. Hey, Tanya, welcome. You could be drinking tea, you could be drinking coffee, you could be drinking Mountain Dew. I know a few people do that. Um, you know, iced tea. Any case, the heat. I took a shower this morning because to relieve some of the pain. And hey, you're drinking iced tea, huh, Nellie? Welcome. Good to see you. I have a question for all y'all. Some of you come over and obviously visit me from Facebook. Did you get the message this morning that I was going to be live on YouTube when I posted on Facebook? I try to post it on the other social networks so that if YouTube does or does not share the information, that you get it anyway. Oh, you did. Okay, great. Nellie says she got it. You're just about to make a cup of tea, Tanya. Excellent. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm not necessarily trying to steal people from Facebook, but what I am trying to do is trying to move them so that they see other platforms. Because if we give Facebook I guess full control of our social media platforms, then pretty soon it's going to be a monopoly. It's going to be like Amazon. Amazon has pretty much taken over the book um, realm, and it is pushed out others, and then it's going on and on of how wonderful it is. But the problem is they have decided that they're no longer helping authors, and so they actually hurt indie authors in particular. So it's the same with Facebook. I'm trying to move everybody into various parts of the internet beyond Facebook. I know Facebook's very easy. It's very easy. I get that. I totally get it. But I want you guys to see something else. And I don't want Facebook to tell me how I can do things. Facebook basically told me that I was a second class citizen, and it doesn't matter if I'm an adult and I'm not treated the same as men, particularly white men, but still men. And well, it was an eye opener. I thought, wow, that's I've never encountered that before. I mean, people told me that women weren't treated equally, but I'd never had a direct, like, I know I get paid less than other people, but I never had a direct interaction that said, by the way, your opinion counts for shit. Well, thank you very much. You've totally made my day. Not. So, my post today, though, is about intercostals, which are those muscles in between your ribs, and mine still hurts, and hot men. And last night, I was talking to everybody on Facebook because I was lazy and I didn't want to post everywhere saying, come to YouTube. And I went to, and I talked to everybody about kind of some of the books that are coming. Ooh. And there's some great news about books that are coming. There's a box set called it's called Magic Rising, Paranormal and Fantasy Romance. Boy, I'm just not together today. In any case, it is up for pre-order right now. You can go to Amazon, and again, Amazon's the monopoly. So you can go to Amazon and get it for 99 cents. It will be on sale for 99 cents for its first week, and then it goes up to $2.99. So I definitely recommend you pre-order it now. And there will be a full novel from the Cloudburst Colorado series in that book. So yeah, go get yourself a copy of that one. The other thing I was telling you is that this is the year of the old story for Siobhan Muir. I am going to be putting out stories that I started writing up to 10 years ago. So they haven't been published yet. You're not getting republished books. These are ones that I wrote, and without serious editing, they weren't published because they need some help. So, Mary, good morning. Nice to see you. I hope you have something warm to drink. It's actually turning out to be a warmer day out there today. It was 40 this morning, so that's encouraging. Because otherwise we'd freeze to death again. Boy, yesterday it got down to 19 degrees. And 19, I know, it's above zero. You're fine, right? Yeah, it was bitter yesterday. Even Mr. SM was saying, "Oh, I definitely need a coat." Speaking of Mr. SM, this was really fun. Yesterday, I had finished reading a book by Lexi Post. It's called Mask. And on the cover, I can show you the cover if you'd like to see it. On the cover is this really hot guy. Oh, yeah, God, he's hot. Look at this. See this guy? Look at how hot he is. Isn't he hot? See, I told you this was going to be hot, man. In any case, this is, hey, Terry, welcome. 17 degrees. Yeah, negative 17. Ugh. Anyway, this hot guy, right? He looks a lot like Mr. SM. Well, the character's name in this book, you're going to love this. Your character's name is Syn, Synn, Syn McAllister. Syn McAllister. Syn starts with an S, McAllister starts with an M. So I'm going to tell you that this is just Mr. SM. And Lexi said, that'll be his new nickname. You can just call him Syn. Isn't that awesome? So go get yourself a copy of this book by Lexi Post. It's called Mask, and it happens to have my husband on the cover, Mr. SM. It is not me in the book. I'm just telling you. Because the sex scenes in here are really hot. So I can tell you, this is a made-up story. Don't imagine me. So it's Mr. SM. Anyway, we were talking about hot men yesterday, and Mr. SM was saying, that's quite a book. I said, yes, it is, and it even has you on the cover. And then Lexi pointed out to me that the guy's name is Syn McAllister, and I realized, yeah, well, there you go. But so we were talking about hot men because that picture is really hot. And I have an entire man wall up here. There's lots of pictures of men. Well, one of the men that I've actually met, I've actually talked to him. Actually, he's a ballroom dancer, so he helped me learn how to ballroom dance. Just, do a few steps. It was really cool, actually. He's very handsome, and he's a model, but also a ballroom dancer, so he's in great physical shape. And he's not very tall, but the minute I saw a picture of him, and I have the picture right here, I'll show you in a second, is I realized he is the model. I mean, he was the spitting image in my head for this young man by the name of Eugene Rubenovich, also better known as Deli, one of my Navy SEALs. Yes, Q Deli. Well, last night I was talking to him. I said, "Hey, I'm halfway through your book." And he said, "Really?" And I said, "Yeah. So let's talk about your cover art, or the images of you that I'm going to put on the cover, because I want to see kind of what images you have to offer." And Deli. Yes, ladies, that's right. Anyway, so I was talking to him, and he said, "Well, which ones are you interested in?" I said, "Well, do you have, show me a few of them." So we were texting because it's the easiest way to get a hold of him, and he sent me a couple of them. But the one that I saw, now this was back in 2015, so I've been thinking about this story for a while. But the one that I saw was this one. Oops, try that. There you go. See this guy? This is, in my head, Mr. Eugene Rubenovich, also known as Deli. He is a hot guy with dark olive skin, and he is sexy. And also, the man that this particular model, this man, is actually a really nice human being too. I really like him as a person. And so I was talking to him last night, and he sent me a bunch of photos, just to take a look at them. Right? We did it, and one of them, of course, was the original to this one. This way, there we go. It was the original to this one, and I was like, "That's the one I want on the cover. I want that one on the cover. That says Deli to me." And the nice thing is it's an upright, so it's vertical. So I will actually. This is the image that's going to be on the cover. Yay! Anyway, so last night we talked about the images, but also price. And then he texts back and goes, "I have so many people excited about your book," and I'm like, "Tell them to read the rest of them." You're in the rest of them. It's just not your book specifically. And then we negotiated price, because I wanted a couple of these images. That one in particular, I'm going to put on the cover. The other one that I got is a kind of a teaser, and it's him, same outfit, him looking over his glasses at the audience, at the photographer. Like this. Oh, it's so cute. Anyway, it's hot stuff. It's going to be nice. And yeah, it's gonna be a great teaser, Mary, because it literally is him doing this, and he's got the baseball cap and the dark shades, and perfect. Anyway, so I'm working on his story as well, and I'm hoping. He asked me when it was going to come out, and I said, "Well, I'm halfway through it, so my guess is somewhere in May or June, because I have two other stories that are coming before it. So it's not like I'm not writing anything. It's that his has to come a little later because I have other things going on. Team Deli, yay! Anyway, so his beautiful photograph will be on the cover of this book, and I'm I promised I wouldn't, I'm not going to do anything with it until, our deal is concluded and stuff like that. But yeah, just understand that this picture is going to be on the cover of Deli's Takeout. That's the story title, and you'll get this hot guy on the cover. Yeah. I was excited too because he is really, really a handsome and friendly gentleman. Um, I'm probably swooning over a guy that's probably half my age, but that's okay. That's okay. He's a good-looking guy and he's really friendly. So, ta-da! We all need to have hot guys in our lives. We just do. I was lying on the chest of a hot guy this morning. Mr. SM was cuddling next to me. He's really worried about my chest and the muscles in it because, man, it's hard to breathe. As long as he's over 18, it's cool. Okay, Mary. He is well over 18. He's totally well over 18. He has hair on his face and everything. in any case, so he's he's a really nice guy, and if you guys live anywhere near Phoenix, Arizona, I believe he's in Phoenix. He might be in Scottsdale, so north of Phoenix. But he does. He actually gives ballroom dancing lessons, dude. You have an opportunity, take ballroom dancing from this guy. I mean, come on. Just, hello. Um, hello. Um, in any case, so he is quite the gentleman, and he's very excited about being on the cover of my books. And well, as an author, these stories come up in my head, and of course I write them, and they make me happy, they make you happy, hopefully. And but it's really an honor that some of these men really want to be on the cover of my books. I mean, that's just like, it totally makes me happy and warms my heart that the men who have grown up in a society that tells them that romance is bunk, or romance is silly or stupid, or it's like bodice rippers and that's all it's about. It's really really great to run across some men that are like, no, no, I want to be on the cover of your book. I think that's awesome. So it's quite an honor to have these men be excited to be on my cover, because I'm going to spend a lot of time looking at them. Okay. Other thing I wanted to tell you, I am putting Burning Yuletide into print, so you guys will be able to get a paper book of that. Um, and I still got to work on figuring how to put that on my website. I haven't forgotten. I'm just busy doing other things. So, it's okay, you guys. I will figure out a way to get for you guys to buy them directly from me, because this whole what I really need is I need a personal assistant. I need someone to help me with this stuff. Mr. SM has volunteered as soon as we win the lottery, or I make millions. Whatever. He's volunteered, but yeah, I do too, Tanya. Tanya says, I love when models are down to earth and friendly. I do too, because, a lot of, there's two kinds of men that join the romance community. There are the men that join that are, like you said, down to earth, friendly, totally understand that we are masters. The authors are masters at what we do, and that working with us and the cover photographers and the cover artists will get them, make them step up. They will be part of this community, and they will go far. And Terry says, if I was closer, I'd be thrilled to help you. Terry, you just gave me an idea. I have to think about that. I'll get back to you on that. And then there's the other type of men who get in there and they're models and they're beautiful and they want to be on covers and stuff like that, but they're doing it for them, thinking, well, when I step in here, I'm going to be the top dog, because no other man has infiltrated this particular place where we are all awesome, and the women will kowtow to me and come to me, and I can make nasty passes at women and threaten, and then make nasty remarks about the women who are overweight, and it's like, oh, honey, you're in the wrong business and you don't understand the romance community at all. And so I've seen both. I've seen both. The men that I want to work with, the men that I want on the covers of my books, are not the second kind. Like I said, this guy's name is Guillaume, and he is actually on Facebook. He's known as Marcello, but I think he has, like, he's going by some of his middle names and things like that. So he is very handsome and very kind, and I don't mind having him on my cover. Um, the young man who was on Starlight Starbright, his name is also Guillaume, but he's French Canadian, and he's a very kind human being. The man on In Death's Shadow, his name is Philippe, also French Canadian, and he's my age, which I love. I'm like, I'm lusting after a guy my age. He's very kind, and he interacts with me. Um, Tanya says she's unfriended a few bad ones. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Tanya. You don't want to be associated with these men who think that once they step in and become a model for the romance community, that they're going to take over, because that's what they're used to, right? Men have pretty much own most of the professions out there, right? And they live by the rules that men are on top and they will get everything they want if they put a little pressure or work a little hard. The romance community is not set up that way because it's run by women. Women run it in a different direction. It doesn't mean we're any less savvy or any less skilled, and it certainly doesn't mean that as soon as a man steps in, we're all going to go, "Oh, thank God you're here." No, actually, you're lucky to be here. And you better start being nice to us and treating us like people, not women, people. Treat us like we're, oh, I don't know, another man that you're not trying to hit on and you're not trying to cozy up to. Because I have boobs doesn't mean I'm just going to go, oh, yes, you're awesome. That's not the way the romance community works. So you're sensing a pattern here? Yeah. Guillaume? Yeah, well, those Guillaume boys are handsome. And then I have, there's another man who's on my cover. His name is Matthew, and he's he's pretty hot. I have not met him yet, but I've interacted with him online. So far he's been pretty good. Um, you know, of course, being online with someone is totally different than meeting them in person. Then you will know how they are. Tanya says, have you heard about a male author sending out spanking messages to get reviews? No, I haven't. And that's really annoying. Um, he was a romance author? Do you know the name of this author? Um, if you write it up here on the chat, I won't repeat it, but huh. No, I hadn't heard of this person. I look, I beg and plead for people to give me reviews, but in the long run, I would just prefer that you guys leave reviews when the mood strikes you. And to be honest, I've seen bestsellers that have 3 reviews. I would hope that you guys would give me more reviews than that. But the point is, it's not really up to the reviews, I don't think. They used to say that you get 25 reviews on Amazon and they put you up into a higher ranking and start promoting your book a little more. But it turns out that's not the case. And I'm like, well, then why am I begging people for reviews? I don't want to spend time begging people for reviews. If you want to review my book, please do. Tell me what you think, how much it. I'm hoping it was something you enjoyed. I'm hoping that it was something to warm your heart and make you excited and or whatever emotion it brings up. I hopefully positive. That's what I hope. Now, that said, I don't read reviews. Mr. SM does, but I don't read reviews because honestly, it's what the book did for you. I already know that it's a great book. Why? Because it made me happy. That's why I wrote it. If it doesn't grab you that day and I have my favorite authors. I've read some of their books and I'm going, wow, that one didn't. And it didn't make me angry, so I didn't leave a nasty review. I was just like, wow, that was not, I know she's my favorite author, but this one didn't work for me. And that's okay. That's the way it works. Some stories that resonate with me won't resonate with you. That's part of the deal about being an author. I'm just putting my work out there. If you enjoy it, fantastic. That's awesome. Another male author brought it up as he thinks it's tasteless. Yes, I agree. Offering sexual anything, whether it's spanking, um, bondage, um, flowers, rose petals draped across your breast, whatever it is that it is tasteless, and it makes everybody else feel kind of like, ew, you just greased me up, and I don't like it. So, you know, one of the things Amazon frowns upon is bribing people for reviews, and that's kind of a tasteless bribe, but some people really enjoy it. And maybe he meant it to be tongue in cheek. But I don't want that tongue anywhere near my cheek. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, so there you go. But last night was fun because I got to talk to the model again about his beautiful images that he's going to let me, purchase and use on his cover for this cover. He's also going to, I'm hoping he'll maybe. I mean, he's already spread the word that he's going to be on a book, so that's fantastic. The other books that are coming, Have you ever seen NCIS? No, not NCIS. CSI New York. The first couple of seasons. I haven't watched it in years, so but I have some of the old seasons. The author wrote a book called Baby Donor. The title of that suggests that he's a sperm donor. So he's basically putting all of his attention to his penis. I'm sorry, every single man out there, whether you're adult or not, has a penis and testicles. Not your most unique feature. I don't care whether it's the size of my forearm or it's this big. Every guy has one. Not exactly unique. What about you, gentlemen, is unique? Find that, capitalize on that. But your penis, not it. Anyways. Bleh. Okay, let me just think about something else for a minute, like that hot guy. um, so if you guys have ever seen the TV show CSI New York, in it there's an actor by the name of Carmine Giovanazzo. He's a good Italian boy from New York. You can hear it in his voice. He's definitely a New Yorker, right? So he's got this heavy New York accent. I love it. It's a Brooklyn accent. And not only that, but he's a cute actor. I mean, the guy is just he's got this puckish smile that kind of, and the edges of his eyes crinkle when he grins and I love it. Hey Montana! Exactly, Mary, you got it. The character, the hero in my upcoming story, Courting the Dragon Widow, his name is Denarian, but he is modeled after Carmine. Carmine was the first face that came into my head the minute I thought of Denarian. So if you're thinking about, want to know what Denarian Golden Coat looks like, he's a dragon shifter. But if you want to know what he looks like, go watch CSI New York. I nicknamed him Brooklyn, right? He uh he of course called the other character, the woman who came to work for him, who came to work in New York from Montana. He calls her Montana. Hey Montana. So I nicknamed him Hey Brooklyn. She's Montana, he's Brooklyn. The point is, he you are totally exactly, Mary. He has a New York accent. He doesn't have it because that's where he grew up. He has it because he's affected it. That's his thing, is that he's trying to get the girls to be interested in him, because he's a New Yorker. That's what he's got. He's got that New York accent. So that's the character. That's who I modeled him after. So if you want to know what Denarian looks like, go check out CSI New York. It's the cute blonde guy with the glasses. In any case, so that's who he was. One of the few characters that I've ever written that was modeled after someone specific. Okay, so um, Darius Winterborn from The Beltane Witch was modeled after Sean Bean from Lord of the Rings. So the very first movie, The Fellowship of the Ring, Sean Bean in that movie captured my attention so much that Darius Winterborn took on his looks. Queuing up CSI New York, and then because that one was written, recent to Courting the Dragon Widow, Denarian. I was watching CSI New York at the time, and Denarian showed up on screen. I'm like, that's him. I love CSI New York. Was so mad when they canceled it, but oh, I hate CSI New Miami. I can't stand it. David Caruso gives me the creeps. I mean, he's just creepy as hell. But man, CSI New York, I loved Gary Sinise. I mean, the man was just sharp. Not only that, but he was good looking. And then you had Carmine. Can't go wrong with Carmine. So I loved, and then canceled Miami soon after. Well, David Caruso is, I don't care. In any case, so I was watching those movies, and of course, they featured highly in my fantasy. So okay, great, we have those two, and then let me think. Is anybody else? Well, there's a character actually in my serial. His name is Brandon Crowe. Brandon is modeled after the actual actor of Russell Crowe, which is why he has their same last name. But I changed him enough that he's not the same man. But man, that guy, because I was writing that story in 2000 when I was in Alaska, and I had just seen Gladiator, and I was just like, that guy's hot. Oh, Hill Harper, yeah, he's pretty handsome too. And Eddie Cahill, I kind of liked his New Yorker, his dry humor. In any case, so that most of my characters I make up on the fly. They're my own creation, but there's a few that are modeled after people I've seen. Brandon Crowe after Russell Crowe, Denarian Goldencoat after Carmine Giovinazzo, Darius Winterbourne after Sean Bean. If you guys have seen Starlight Starbright, the young man on the cover, his name is Guillaume Charbonneau. He embodied Henry Bright. The minute I saw the picture, the entire story kind of looped out in front of me, and so yeah, the guy who's on the cover is the guy I pictured in my head. So yeah, that's kind of where I went with that, and so it's not very often, but Denarian is one of the few that's modeled after somebody else, at least in looks, and that boyish grin. Um, okay, so those are the two stories that are coming. One's coming in March. One will probably come in April, which means that Deli's story is probably in May or June, depending on how exhausted I am after promoting two other books. But you can pre-order Magic Rising, Paranormal, and Fantasy Romance right now. You can get it, and it will be included in your subscription for Kindle Unlimited. So if you subscribe to Kindle Unlimited, it will be included in that as well. No, it's not free. I love it when authors say, "Oh, free with Kindle Unlimited." It's not free. You're paying for Kindle Unlimited. You're paying for the subscription. So it's not free. I get paid when you borrow it. The point is it's included in your subscription. Mary says she pre-ordered it yesterday. Yay, Mary! Nice job. Thank you, darling. So yeah, that's a Cloudburst story. If you want to know, it is actually closely aligned with the Beltane Witch. So if you haven't read the Beltane Witch, you're going to get hints of this coming story if you read it. The Beltane Witch happens at the same time as Cloudburst Coffee and Spa, but it follows two different women. The Beltane Witch follows Sabrina. The Cloudburst Coffee and Spa follows Moira. So, yay, Terry did too. Woohoo! Okay, so that'll be the story. But there are 4 other stories in the Cloudburst series that you can get right now. You don't have to wait. One of them is free. So yeah, if you want to find out what's going on in Cloudburst, there are 4 stories right now that you can get your hands on. Hellhound's Fire, The Beltane Witch, Christmas Ice Magic, and Cloudburst Ice Magic. So those are there for you. I have at least, oh my goodness, Cloudburst has gotten my attention so much that the dragon story, Courting the Dragon Widow, while it takes place in upstate New York, the heroine is from Cloudburst, so it will end in Cloudburst. So that story is going to be taking place in Cloudburst. There is an Incubus story coming that is actually tied to the Navy SEALs. No, I'm not going to tell you more than that. There is, but it takes place at the Cloudburst Resort. There is another Ice Demon story coming. It has to do with Cade, who is Zach's friend, and that brings him to Colorado. So there's a bunch of really cool stories coming from Cloudburst. So definitely that's going to be an expanding series. And again, you don't have to read them in any particular order, but you might meet some of the characters in the earlier books that get their own stories later. Or you can read the secondary characters first and then go back and read the early ones. It doesn't matter. The stories are there for you to enjoy no matter what order you read them in. Although I would recommend you read Christmas Ice Magic before Cloudburst Ice Magic, but that's the only recommendation I have. In any case, so those are the stories coming. So we got a Cloudburst story, we got a Dragon story, and we got a Navy SEAL. You're pretty set until the Cowboys show up in like June or July. They will. There's another Cowboy story which crosses over with Ultimate Recon and the Navy SEALs. So you're going to get some hot military men coming too. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Thanks for joining me today. At least the Intercostals releasing a little bit. Doesn't hurt nearly as bad. Thank you for coming to YouTube. I know that a lot of people say, oh, but it's so easy to do it on Facebook. Yes, it is. It's very easy to do it on Facebook. And I always get such a great response, but I'm not pleased with Facebook. I'm really worried that they're going to start making new rules about what I can and cannot do on their site. And therefore, I'm done. But if you could, one of the things I would ask of my wonderful viewers and readers, please let everybody know about my channel. I do live posts every weekend, and definitely come and share with me and talk to me, because I can see your comments. When you comment during the video, I can see that. If you've come after the video ends, please go down in the comment section below the video and you can comment there, and I will see those too, and I can respond. So yeah, you're not totally lost on, well, I didn't get to see it live. No, but that's okay. I can still respond to you. I read a series in order. I have to read a series in order. And I have read a novella and then go back and read the rest. Yeah. But you prefer to, yeah, I know. Most of the time I prefer to read in order as well. But if you get them out of order, you're not going to be terribly lost, because I try to write them in such a way that you could read that by itself. But if you got a hold of one of the others, you can go, oh, I read that character in this book, and I could totally find out what's going on. Hot men, 20 demerits to Siobhan, bad writer, no connection. My interpretation, I did. Yeah, Mary, I normally I would go, ha ha, sob. Yeah, you mentioned hot men. That's exactly it. And if I showed you a picture of a hot, mostly naked man, I mean, you can't see any of the fun stuff. Well, that's what's really funny. I could show you a picture of a man where you can't see any of the fun stuff, and they will lock me away in Facebook jail for a week. Okay? But if I show you a guy in white, wet underwear where you can see every curve, nook, and cranny of his penis and testicles, no, you're fine. Unless we catch you. In which case, you're not fine, and we'll lock you away for a week. But a man can put up a woman with a lightsaber across her breasts, naked, from the waist up. And no one will blink an eye, and they will not report him, and they will not put him in Facebook jail. And when I put my pictures up, I put it in a private group that is not exposed to children. He puts it up broad daylight, public, everyone can comment on it, including any child over the age of 13. I don't have any problem with children seeing nudity. What I'm saying is I want the rules to be equal, and they're not. So that's why I don't go to Facebook. I did last night because I was lazy and I didn't want to do all the footwork to get you guys to come over here. So yes, I know I was lazy. I apologize, but I do try to help you guys branch out a little bit and come and see me over here. And like I said, I can comment, I can read your comments over here, and I can respond to comments down here. So I hope you guys have a magnificent weekend. I will be around, of course, and hopefully writing. If the muscle relaxes a little bit, I can breathe. I'll tell you what, not taking deep breaths really sucks. But it's almost been 40 minutes, so I should probably stop. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Keep your eyes open for the paper copy of Burning Yuletide. Oh, and definitely vote for it. Please, 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 please. On All Author when you get the chance. You can vote more than once. You just have to wait every 5 days or so. But vote for it so I can come into the top 5. There's no way I'm getting the top spot. The top spot already has over 1,000 votes. Don't worry about that. Keeping me around 15 to 10, I'm okay with that. So I hope you guys are great. Have a good one, and I will talk to you later. Okay?